I would like our community to become more aware of what an incredible medical powerhouse we have here in Seattle. I think that parents leave the hospital many times with just a renewed sense of hope. They're able to get answers and walk out with answers and be able to move forward in treating their child.
So Amato was diagnosed with autism. I think he was 3 or 4 years old.
He was eating a handful of foods. He wasn't eating anything outside of home. He did not want to talk to new people. He did not talk to me for about 2 to 3 sessions until we finally, connected on airplanes and trains. He is doing just amazing with new people. He greets new people. So we've been working systematically with him on, okay, so there's a new food, okay, so you only have to touch it or you only have to smell it. So now he's eating apples, he's eating grapes, he's eating corn. He's eating them because, he loves them.
She just had this touch with him. And I was so thankful you guys exist. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
One of the things that I've been impressed with is the Seattle Children's Hospital looks not only at the child that walks in their front door, but the entire family.
These doctors love your kids. They treat your kids like they're their own kids. Where else could you go to feel that?
So Alex was diagnosed with autism when she was about 3.5, and she has some real challenges associated with that diagnosis.
I was in denial. I asked that, do you think she can be able to talk? The doctors, they said that it's hard to tell because every kid's different.
When she first came to me, she was completely nonverbal, using a lot of behaviors to communicate. Probably a lot of what she needed was just ways to connect with other people. She was very interested and curious in the world, but very turned inward. And so we started with iPad apps and picture symbols that she could give to me, and that was her first connection with somebody.
I
What?
what?
Barbie!
Barbie!
Yeah, nice job!
I think the possibilities for Alex are really pretty endless. She's surprised us in so many ways, and she's talking now, which some people thought she would never be able to talk, and she taught herself how to play the piano. She can sing.
I have hope that, yes, this is the right place for her. She's getting better and better.
Do you feel hopeful?
Yes, I feel hopeful. I do. I do.
Seattle Children's is really producing some miracles. There are miracles walking out of those doors every day.
We've been together since high school, and we're always told in our early 20s or 20s it's going to be pretty hard to ever have kids. And the day they told us we're having twins, it was a huge shock. But the doctor, within a matter of seconds, said baby B, which was Emery, wouldn't be there in a month.
We went to her initial appointment with the cardiologist, and they said absolutely confirmed she does have a hole in her heart. About 2 weeks in, she went into complete heart failure. What we found out when we went into the emergency room is that she had developed pulmonary edema as well. They said, you have 2 choices at this point. You can choose to take your daughter home and she won't make it through the weekend, or you can have surgery and we can try it.
Really, I leaned on the doctor a lot. And I remember sitting down with him and asking him what he would want to do if it was his child. And he said I'd roll the dice and I'd go for the open heart surgery and the patch, and that's what I did, took his advice.
We chose to trust Children's. We chose to trust the doctors.
Thursday evening, before the family came, doctor came in and with a bunch of paperwork and said, you gotta sign over your baby. That was tough. You sign over your baby to him, it was tough. That's the part that stuck with me.
On February 22nd, they took her under. You're just sitting there and you either laugh or you cry while you're sitting there waiting because you don't know what's going to happen.
Doctor came out, he looked like he just got done running a marathon, poor guy. But he said that it went really well, and then he walked us in to the NICU where Emery was, and seeing her hooked up to the banks and machines, and it was such a good feeling, but at the same time, it was hard. It was really hard.
As she's been growing, her heart muscles are developing.
She's our little cleaner, little boss, and then the other day, all of a sudden she took towards soccer and started scoring goal after goal after goal. It's pretty amazing.
We follow up with Children's periodically. We follow up with her pediatrician on a regular basis. In fact, he calls me at home to check on her.
September, I was working on the farm with my dad. Sarah called in tears. She had received a letter, and it was uncompensated care. Pretty much what the letter said was the insurance took care of its part, and they would take care of the rest of it. So there'd be zero cost to us, which there's no thank you that you can ever say that'd ever be enough to Children's Hospital.
From the people that you check into the front desk to the nursing staff, it's the best thing in Seattle. And I played college football, and I love football, and I look at Seattle and I think of one thing in Children's Hospital, and that's it.
The Seattle Children's Autism Center receives over 20,000 visits from patients each year. We have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to give them everything we can spare, to give them hope, to give them a possibility of a cure.